Hey everyone, welcome back to Ninja Brick, and in this video I want to show you guys how I got rid of the crappy rubber bands from this X-Wing. So, as you can see, the S-foils are properly opened and the wings are aligned at their proper angle, but if I turn the starship around, you can definitely see here that the rubber bands are gone, which aesthetically is a major improvement. Let me give you a closer look at the back here. Yep, as you can see, no more rubber bands. So, if you're wondering how exactly I did this while also keeping the opening mechanism in place, well, it's actually quite simple. You see, I've added these blockers on the underside of the hull and also these two on the upper side of the hull. And what these do is they keep the wings at the correct angle, because without these here, the wings would just sag down. And also, if the blockers weren't here at the top and you turned the model upside down, they would also sag to the ground. The blockers there keep them from doing that. And as you can see here, the opening mechanism is still there. I didn't remove it. Now, this is the X-Wing with the S-foils opened, but I bet you're wondering if the S-foils would stay closed in their correct position if we were to close them. So, let's try that and see what happens. I'm gonna angle the front wings down, and then I'm gonna do this. And here too. Right. Well, as you can see, the S-foils are properly closed and the wings are at their correct angle. Without needing the really crappy rubber bands to keep them closed. So, I'm gonna show you guys in just a moment how exactly I did this. Alright guys, so I removed this blocker from the upper part of the hull here, and now I'm gonna open the wings and show you what's actually keeping them closed together. So, let's just hope the model doesn't fall off the stand. Give me a sec. There we go, we got them separated, and I'll just move this a little bit up there, and well, this is where the magic happens. This piece here, I'm just gonna let this fall down, move it a little bit out of the way over there. So this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a double-edged stud 4x4 piece by Kobe. And I gotta tell you guys, ever since I found out that Kobe exists and I had access to these double-studded pieces, it's been a godsend. There's a lot of cool stuff I was able to do with them. And this is actually one of the things, because the rubber bands really bothered me on the X-Wing models, because when you attach them to these hooks here, they put a lot of unnecessary stress on the pieces, which are basically just plastic, and over time they were gonna deform or even break off. So for this particular model, I've attached this double-edged studded piece right over here on the upper wing. I know when it opened, it remained clamped to the lower wing, but I like to keep it up here. So as the upper wing lays down on the opening closing mechanism, you can bring, let me just align this here, you can bring the lower wing, and I also added the small red stud here. You can bring the lower wing up, and this is how it now stays in place. Now, I know this system that I came up with isn't perfect, because if you want to use the mechanism to open all four wings at once, it won't work, because this is pretty well stuck in there. But This is one play feature I wasn't really all that happy about on the X-Wings. So it doesn't really bother me that I have to do a few more steps to get the S-foils open and closed. I'm just gonna put the blocker back on the upper hull here. So let me show you how I open the S-foils. So first, I let the lower wings rest on the lower blockers. There we go. And now it's just a question of rotating the mechanism like so, and the upper wings raise up. And when I want to close the S-foils, I first, sorry about that, I let the upper wings down and I just bring the lower wings back up like this. And now the S-foils are closed. Not that much of a bother if you ask me. And also another thing I like about this system is that when the rubber bands were applied on these two hooks that I actually left on the model because I actually like the way they look, they were constricting the lower part of the wings, and I'm trying to simulate that. If you're looking at the tips of the blasters here, when I press down on these, you see, they separate further and you can see this gap here. This was basically the S-foils closed position when the rubber bands were applied to the hooks here. And this is a look I really hated. Plus, like I said, look, if you can, looking at the air intakes here, these were also unnecessarily separated. The main engines here on the back were also way too much together. So I'm glad I was able to get this fixed, and now, as you can see here, this is a lot more natural. A lot more natural. And I like the way it came out. Well guys, that's it for this video. Please let me know what you think about this modification in the comments section. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button or the dislike button if you didn't like it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.